Hi, we are back for a new tutorial about the shading watering can. In the previous tutorial we have seen how we can modeling that and also how we can unwrap that. Now we see how we can do the shading. So we can start with the studio.blender.org and you can see the tutorial. You can follow that, but we will do that together and it will be more fun. So see you in Blender. Okay, we are in Blender and you can see it's the last state that we have did the object. It was with the unwrapping. We can go to the shading, it's the menu on the top. And as you can see, we have the water cane. We can press tab to go to the full object and we can press the point to go a little bit closer. As you can see, we have the object and we are also in the material preview mode. After you can take the node, the grid, and you can press delete. We will add the texture coordinate, so I press Shift 8, search, texture, coordinate. Okay. After we can move like this, I can disconnect, so I click here and I drop that. After I can put the texture coordinate here and I will choose Shift A and we can go for the separate XYZ. Here I press here. I can connect generate it to vector. We can move like this and we can press Y to surface. And you can see there. If you see the gradient in not the correct direction, maybe you must choose another direction here. Okay, and just after we can press Shift A, search, and we can choose color ramp and I can put here. After we can press Shift and middle click to span a little bit. We can move the node here and we can move this node in the middle and you just drag and drop and left here and it's connect automatically here. We can change the first color, so I click here for the form start and I click here and I can change to a darker red, so it will be 321109FF. We can do the same for the end, so I double click here. You see it's white, now I click here and I will change to another value here. And we can go here, I press here and I change to B86162FF. Okay, and we have got this nice gradient ramp here. I move a little bit the nodes like this, so you can click and drag a little bit like this. And this is okay. After we can clean a little bit the topology, so I go to modeling, I press the point here, so we can zoom a little bit. We are already in object edition, so I press A, I go to mesh and after I go to merge by distance. And we can see there is 12 vertices, remove it. And after I press tab and we can go back to the shading. Okay, we can a little bit rearrange the workspace. So I just move here, you see the double row, I right click and after I press join to the left. I will do exactly the same here, right click, join to the left. I will move these 3 nodes on the left, okay, and after I press Shift A, search, noise, texture, I go here and I click here, and we can link the factor to IOR like this. As you can see, we can see the result directly in the user perspective viewport. After, we can connect object to vector like this. I choose 12 for the scale. Detail, I change to 4, and roughness to 0.7. You can put directly 0.7 also, it's the same. And we can change the lacunarity to 2.5, like this. After, we can press Shift A, search, linear light, this, and we can click just here to have the connection here. We will do a copy of noise texture, so I go here, I go to node, copy, and node, passed. It's passed directly just behind, so I move a little bit there, and we can move like here. And after, I can connect object to vector here, like this. And we can plug color to be here. And you can see the result on the top. We change the scale to 6.7 here, and the factor here to 0.108. I change the lacunarity to 3 here, and the factor to 0.03. After, I will align the factor to the roughness, so I go here and I move here. And we can remove the IOR. After, I will add the map branch, so Shift A, search, map branch here. And we can click in the middle here. We will change two values, the from the minimal 0.070 and the third to minimal minus 0.090, like this. We can change the scale texture here, the noise to 11 and 14 here for the scale for the second noise texture. And we can change the roughness here to 0.755 and also the roughness here to 0.827. And you can see the result on the top. Okay, we can change some value here. So I go here, I press minus 0.8, 1.720, after here minus 1.130, and after 1.620. Okay. After, I move a little bit here, and we want to see the result immediately, so I click here and I go to the surface. And after a few moments, you can see the result like this. Sometimes it's not immediately, so you must wait a little bit that it will be calculated and you can see the result on the user perspective directly. Okay, when it's okay, I just remove here and I put the BSDF surface here to have again the preview. We can change the specular, so I click on specular and I press 1 here. And it's good. I will just remove the light here because we don't need that. We don't need the circle and we don't need the camera here. Just to have the same things done on the tutorial. Okay, we can organize a little bit better. So I will take the 4 things that you can see here. So I will just arrange a little bit like this to have that more closer. I select that, so just only the 4 here. I go to node and I can put John in a new frame, as you can see here. Okay, and I just click on the top like this, right click, rename, and we can call that roughness here. And you have the label display on the top. We will do exactly the same on the top here, so I click this one and this one. I select the both. I go to node. After we can go to join in new frame, right click, rename, and I can put color. Okay, we have organized a little bit. Okay, I organize a little bit. I go here, I move to the right, I move that to the right, I go to UV, I right click here and I search Voronoi texture like this and I click here. I change the scale to 16. I can go here and I can just take the distance and put directly to the surface, and you can see the result here better. Okay, we change 2 parameters here. I go to detail, it will be 0, roughness will be 0.5, 2, and for random we can put 0. And after I choose F2. After we can move this node a little bit down, so I select and I move here. I press Shift A and I search for scale. And after I can click here. And we can choose 1.350. You see, there is a tile now because the scale is changing. We can change to 1.470 here. We can move a little bit, so I press Shift A, search, add, and we can choose this one. And I click in the middle here. I will change the parameter to 0.1 and after here 0.120. Okay, after searching some parameter, we can change here to 0.03 and to minus 0.028, and here we can let to 0. And after, as you can see, it's okay here. We can go to the top view, so I press 7 and we can go here I press vertical split here like this, and after here I choose UV editor like this. If we want, we can adjust the texture, so I go to object mode, I go here to the edit mode, I press L to link, okay, and after we can do a rotate like this, and we can press tab, but it's not really needed if you want to change a little bit. Now we can add some bump. So I go here. But before to do that, I will connect again what we have. So I will take the distance here. I will remove that and I put the BSDF to surface. Okay, and we can have again the material. I press Shift A, I search for bump. And we can take the first and we can move here. So I will take distance and I will connect to the height. And after I will take normal and we can plug to surface to see the result directly like this. Okay, I go here, I zoom a little bit and we can change the distance to 0.0. We can change the distance to 0.040 like this. We will go for this value 0.020 and after we can go to 6, sorry, for the filter width. Okay, and after we can connect that correctly. So I press the normal, I remove that and we can go to the normal here. And after I take the BSDF and I put to the surface like this. Now you can see the result here. We can decrease the distance, so I will go here to 0.01 like this. And after we can take all the node below like this. I press G and I can move a little bit. G, okay, I take this one G to move a little bit like this. Okay, we have reorganized a little bit the workspace. So I will change to the solid view like this. I go to the right view, so I press 3. Okay. And after I go to Vertex Paint. If I go to data, to color attributes, you can see attribute here. So I will switch the color, so I press X like this. And after I press Ctrl X to fill with the black color. After we can switch again, so I press X. We can click here to paint mask. And I go back to edit mode like this. I click outside, I click here, I press L to have the linked object. After I press Shift and click here and L to have the linked object. I go back to Vertex Paint and you can see it's black now. And after I press Ctrl X to have the white color fillet. Okay, I go back here and it's done. We can change the name here to square normal like this. After we can add a new node, so I press Shift A and I search for attribute. And you can click this one. We can copy the name here and I click here and I paste the name here. Because we have a create a set name collection here for the color attributes. And we want to apply that only on this selection. I search here for the node, Shift A, mix. And we can add it between the both here, Voronoi texture and bump, and I click here. After, we can change the type to color. Okay, I will move the attribute here. So what I will do is take the distance and I put to A. I take color from the attribute and I put on the factor, like this. After, we can take the result and we can put to the height. We can see the preview, so I go to the preview mode. After calculation, it's done here. Instead of A, I put on B here for the distance. And after, it's calculate again. As you can see here, the result. After, we go back to the solid view. I press 3 to have the right orthographic view. I go to object mode again, like this. After, we can add a new node, so I press Shift A, search wave texture. Okay, we can clone the texture coordinate here. So I go to node, copy, I click outside, node, paste. It passed in the same place, so I go here. I go below and we can move like this, just near of the wave texture, like this. After, we move that below, I take this one, I take UV and I connect to vector, like this. If you want to see the result, we go to the material view, and after, we go on the top like this. Yes. And we can connect instead of this one. So I can take this thing, I can disconnect, and I can go below, just on the factor, like this. And you see the result here. We change bend to Y here to change the direction, and you can see it's like this. And we can press Shift A, search map range here, like this, and we can click here and click here. We can go to the bump here, and we can connect the result here to the height. And we can connect again here, so I disconnect this one, I take this one and I connect again, like this. So it takes a little bit time, but it recalculates after, as you can see. We change some parameters, so I go here from the max here below and I put 0.1. We can go directly to the correct value after searching, so 0, 0, 0, 5, 0, 0, 20, and the rest it's okay. And after, I put the scale to 8 here. I go on the right, I press plus, I select face corner, color, and we can call that line normal. And add. After, we can click on the solid view. I go to Vertex pane. After I press X, after we click here, okay, we select line normal. I go to edit mode like this and click outside. Okay. So I click here, I press L. After I take this part, I press L. I press Shift and I click and I press L. Like this. After I go to Vertex pane. When it's done, I go to attribute here. I do a copy of this node, so I press copy. I go here and I go node and I press paste. And you see it's just there. And this one I can put line normal instead of square normal here. We can go here, I can duplicate the mix. So I take the mix, node, copy, I press here and I paste. So node, paste, like this. And it's just here. I take the output from the result here and I will put on the B also, like this. After I can plug the factor to the factor like this. And after I can take the result to A. After we can go to the material preview. We can go to object mode. We can put the result to see the result here. So I take the result and I put here to see that directly. After we can plug it again to see the result. So I disconnect this one, I take this one and I put on the surface like this. We can change the value to the map range below. So we can go here for 0750, 0900. Okay, finally we go to 0 and 0.180 like this. As you can see, we have some cut, so this is the bump. Of course, maybe in the tutorial it's a little bit different, but we have another version here, but you can see the result here. We need also to put the result on 8, like here. Okay, and that's good. So this is what we need here. So to see the result, we need to put the result on the 8, and after it's done. Okay, we can reorganize a little bit. So I zoom out, I take all the node here. It means 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And after we can go to the node, we can join in new frame. And we can rename that, so we can just right click here and rename to normal. Okay, and that's it. Okay, we have just finished the tutorial and the effects that we want on the water cane. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial and we can see us for our next video. See you, bye.